Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Preschool All Stars podcast. I'm Bethany Johnson, and I am joined again today by Kiersten Gillman. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Happy to see you again and excited to hear your update. Can you give us a little down low on what was going on the last time we spoke for anyone who missed your episode?
Oh, last time we spoke. When was that?
It was probably about 9 or 10 months ago, I think.
Yeah, so I think I was finishing up our first school year. We had a really successful opening year, so we did really well, and we were enrolling for this school year, which we filled up almost. I only have one spot available, so my whole classes, all 4 classes for my in-person. Yeah.
Yes.
I think I was actually about to get married at that point.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was engaged. We're actually expecting now, so I'm 6 months
Congratulations.
And we're working our way into this new year, almost out of it now, I guess.
I know. Time has flown by this year. It's crazy. Yeah, totally. Well, that is so exciting. Okay, so tell me all about this year then. How have you filled your classes? How's it been going? What's different in your second year now than your first? Give me all the deets.
Well, a lot has changed. My classes filled up a lot. We live in a really small town, so word of mouth is really big around here.
Oh, awesome.
So it helps to have referrals, and parents are like, oh, you've got to go here, and then so-and-so has to go here, and then that. So word of mouth is really big around here. I still do flyers and things like that in doctors' offices and coffee shops and stuff like that around town.
Okay.
And this year I learned a lot. I've tried to up my parent interaction and the things that I do with the parents, as well as the Facebook group, and trying to post more on the Facebook page for the preschool to keep people engaged and to get the word out there as best I can. I've actually joined several support groups in town too that are like women's business owner things that help get the word out as well. So any group that you can like reach out and get your fingers in, the more contacts you have, the better. So
women's support groups. I like that. That's a good one. I'm going to go look for some Las Vegas women in business groups. That's a good idea.
Yeah. Me and a friend, actually one of my students' parents is one of the co-founders of the group. So they
nice.
started that. So yeah, I actually got 2 enrollments from joining the group last year. So it worked out.
Nice.
Yeah,
How are you? I know you said you were upping your parent engagement. Tell us a little about that. What all are you doing, and is it working? And what did you feel you were lacking in last time?
I don't think I was updating as much as what we were actually doing in class. As far as I'm still not good with newsletters. I struggle with that, but I try and post in the Facebook group, at least the private group for just the parents and the families, at least weekly, to update of this is our letter, and here are pictures of things that we've done this week, and all of the things that we have, upcoming events, and scheduling more field trips and things like that, trying to stay engaged.
Yeah, totally. I have a really hard time to regularly post on social media, but we use Brightwheel. So throughout the day, we're just taking pictures and it sent it to the parents, which the parents really enjoy. But if I didn't have Brightwheel, I don't know. I probably wouldn't keep up with it on, I don't even have a private Facebook group for my Facebook because we have the Brightwheel for my local. Did you say, or did I read that you were opening online too?
Yes, I am starting my online in June. So I'm getting everything prepped and getting my area ready and trying to get all of my footwork done for that to open in June. And we're actually in the process of looking at some land right next door to me to potentially buy and not only expand the preschool, but open our own private school / microschool. So,
oh my gosh.
They actually have legislation, just so happens to be like in our state this week about it. And I was like, well, that's handy because I was just looking into this. So
that is awesome.
I'm trying to expand on all fronts.
Yeah, totally. You must be busy, and you're cooking up a baby this whole time too. So wow, you got a lot going on. Okay. So we got a lot to talk about. First of all, how many are you licensed?
We are licensed. I'm licensed with my business and things, but through the state, it's not required. I actually was in the process of licensing. And when they came for my final inspection, they said that I was exempt and they didn't know what to do with me. And they said, you can pay us to regulate you, or you can just do your own thing. And I was like, I think I'm good.
Oh, that's so nice. So how many kids are you allowed to have then? How many kids are in each class?
I'm allowed to have 6 by myself. So I have 6 in each class. And if I bring in a co-teacher, then I won't have any more than 12. That's
okay. And are you exempt because of like a time frame? You only do a certain amount of times?
Yeah, I think it's because of the time constraints and also where it's not a daycare at all. They said that I don't really fall under any care categories of like luncheons and things like that. So it's not an issue. And they just kind of like threw their hands up like, we don't know what to tell you. So
That is so
I went through
nice.
the whole process.
Yeah.
But
Wow. That's awesome. Okay. So now tell me a little bit about your online program that you're starting and how you're doing that with your local. Cause I'm also starting my online program and I need to get some insight of how you're going to make that work.
well, I'm a little scared of online.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Like I'm so intimidated by it. And that's why I put it off, I guess. I plan to do pre-recorded lessons
Okay.
to start out for sure if I can, because I have a baby on the way, but we also have 4 older children. So we're on baby number 5 here. So we have a lot of noise and things. So I'm trying to like minimize that in the program and trying to see how pre-recorded is going to pan out to start with.
Yeah.
And hopefully go from there. I don't really want to not do live, but at the same time, I just feel like pre-recorded is where we're at right now.
Yes, me too. Me too. I really want to just create a whole pre-recorded lesson, like a whole pre-recorded things with lots of different pre-recorded classes. But I feel like pressured into doing live because I feel like that's what a lot of parents want. So I'm going to try a couple live a week, but I really want to sell my like on-demand program. That's what I'm really going to push.
That's exactly where I'm at. And we had a field trip recently last week to the train museum. So I was like, that'd be a cool thing to go back and like pre-record and then like bring to a thing. So I'm looking to do more like outing things with the pre-recorded things than just sitting at.
Oh, that's cool. That's a good idea. Yeah. If I'm going to do pre-recorded, take it places. That's a good idea. See, you're already giving me ideas. This is why I asked. Cool. And have you raised your prices from year 1 to year 2, or are you planning year 3? I only mentioned this because I just saw Joy's live and she was talking about raising her prices and it got me thinking.
Yeah, I have not yet. Unfortunately, it is coming. I might see. I've already been signing. We were already enrolling for next year. I'm already halfway full for next year, so I don't want to like bring it in and then have the parents be like, "Hang on, how come we're doing more for this?" And then I know I'm sure that's why she said to do it from 1 to 2, but I didn't do that. So and I have a lot of returning parents, so I don't want to. But I haven't yet, but I know it's going to happen just because of. Because of everything. So
I know. I think I'm gonna just do. I mean, I only have 2 more spots, and when I decided for next year open, and when I decided to like up my prices, which is only a little bit because I just feel terrible upping my prices. I know I'm a business owner. I know this is what I'm supposed to do, but gosh, it's like, I don't know, right? You know, it's hard to up your prices, but really I'm not, I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to do it for all the parents I already have. All the parents have already signed up. So I'm like, for the 4 spots that I had left, I guess I'll change to my new price, which is only like $20 more. And then when she made that post today, because my online prices, I've just been going back and forth about online prices with, especially because the pre-recorded. You haven't set them yet. No, because she's like, up your prices. And I'm like, I guess I'm just nervous. I'm not going to get signups. So I want to price it low. But then if I get signups, I'm going to be mad that I priced it low.
Yeah, you're going to devalue yourself before you even start. And I get that too. Also, another reason is I do have so many flyers out with pricing on them. So I have to go and like totally find them all and replace them. So.
Yep. Yeah. Well, next year, or just new signups, I guess. It's hard. It's hard to, oh man. But I mean, it's true. She's right. Like inflation has risen so much since we opened the same year, I think. Me and you did. So, and like we've been going on year 3. If we don't raise our prices, inflation has risen a lot. So I totally understand it, but it's a hard decision to make. Definitely. Okay. So what are you doing you said you're already half full for next year for fall?
Yes, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 returning students from this year. And then I've got 2 or 3, several new signups that have come in and referral program, like I say, word of mouth that have come. So I'm hoping to hit the marketing a little bit stronger before summer hits so I can sneak them with the online and the
Totally. What has been your biggest marketing success, do you think, that got you the most signups?
The most signups, definitely word of mouth.
Do you have a referral program that you give them a reward for that?
Yeah, we have a referral credit. I think it's like $20 off a month's tuition for every referral that enrolls. Okay. And that's helped. But we also I guess Facebook. I've had several people write and say that, oh, I saw you on Facebook, somebody shared it, which is funny because I don't feel like I get any engagement on Facebook for some reason. Like when I share preschool from the preschool page, it doesn't get the reach that I'm wanting it to have, but people still say that they see it. So,
well, that's good. As long as they're seeing it. Maybe I know sometimes my family share pictures that I post with on their page. Maybe that's, I don't know. But I agree that actually I've been getting most of my signups have been Facebook, but now I started the referral program and that's worked pretty well. And now I'm starting to get siblings of students.
Yes,
and that's great.
I have 2 sets of siblings this year and another two returning sets next year.
So, it's so nice to have the siblings because then you also get to see the big kids once they left and they'll come back and say hi. That's nice. So what do you think is the biggest thing that you've learned along this journey now that you're closing out year 2?
Patience. Patience is a big one because I feel like I was pretty patient before, but the level of patience that you have to obtain to just keep your happy demeanor in class, even when you're extremely frustrated, it's really tough. But that, and just going forward and learning how to build on what I've already got instead of trying to just scramble around from the ground up and say, okay, how can I improve this for next year? And how can I do this for next year? And trying to just build upon my own blocks and see how I can do better.
So in your year 2, how am I trying to say this? You had last year's curriculum and now are you doing a whole nother year of curriculum that you created? And then next year you're going to go back to last year so you can flip flop and then you're good on curriculum.
Yeah, I've done the Joy's 2-year curriculum. So I had hers first year last year, and then we're doing the second this year. And then I'll probably go back to the first last year because I won't have any of my, I won't have any third
other kids. Yeah. Okay, good. So at least there's that. I mean, once you got all that, then you could just keep flip flopping. And year 2 has been, we're still kind of like scrambling because I have a teacher in here now and we're like still pulling from different things. And she kind of does like the way her lessons are a little different than mine. So I'm like, I still have all my stuff from last year that I did. So you have your stuff and then I have my stuff. And let's just every other year we'll flip flop with that. Just try and because reinventing the wheel, it's like, every year I'm trying to do stuff, but I'm like, no, I'm going to try and put them in file cabinets and keep a sample of everything.
I tell myself that I'm going to print all this out today and then we'll have it for when we need it that one week. And I don't.
Never happens. And I forget it.
What are we doing this week?
Yeah, I know. Okay. I'm glad I'm not the only one because I really want to be that person who is like super organized. Yeah. I want to play
all the baggies ready for you to go. And it's like, no. Which letter already? I
know.
Remember.
I know. I've made spreadsheets. And then I have planned ahead and then I've forgotten where I put all the things that I laminated. And then, man.
I bought filing cabinets and they're still empty.
We are filling the file cabinets. I'm just grateful that my new teacher is so much more organized than me because I feel like she can remember and pull everything out that we've already done because sometimes you got to delegate. It's not my strength. It's not my strength. It is her strength.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. What have you found to be your biggest success so far? The thing that has made you proudest?
The thing that has made me proudest. I think it's just, and it's the same every year, is when the kids just have that aha moment of like, suddenly one day they just start writing when they've never written before. And suddenly they can spell their name when they've never spelled it before. And just the way that we're trying to grow every year and just seeing the kids, grow themselves and, the goals that I have and seeing myself working towards them too. Like I'm proud of me for staying on track and like, okay, we're not just going to stay in this preschool. We're going to do this, this, and this to grow it. And we're going to expand and have a whole business plan. So
yes, totally. Okay. Here's a big question. How are you going to fit that new tiny little baby into your preschool program? Because I just went through that last year with having a baby. And then I was like, oh, it'll be great. I'll be able to just, put him on me and teach. And it is hard. And now he's 1 and he's like, no, I won't be held. I'll be destroying everything. And it's hard. What are your plans for that?
It is hard. Well, first of all, I make the parents aware in the tour that I mean, I can't hide it. Like there's going to be a baby here next year. And I'm rather large right now. So you can see for yourself. Actually, funny enough, I actually end up babysitting my nephew a couple of days a week in class now. And he's only 4. We've had him since a newborn. He's only 4 months old. So the kids, it's been like a practice baby. So getting adjusted, but the kids have loved, like they love when I have him read them stories, or we'll just sit around and they'll laugh while he does something, and they're just obsessed with him. So seeing how they just like love to interact with him makes it a little bit different. He's a really easy baby too, so that helps. So I'm hoping this one will be
for an easy one.
Yeah, I'm going to set up a baby station like the pack and play, to where he can sit by himself if he has to avoid flinging toys and things like that. But I plan to, you know, like you say, wear him as much as I can and try and do that. But luckily he's due at the end of June, so it'll probably be a couple. So
you can have a summer break. Are you taking summer break? Good.
I am. Yeah, I plan on doing a summer program this year, but that was before the baby. So
take that break, girl.
We're taking a break. So he'll be a couple months old when class starts, and I'm hoping to just do the same. Like, I think the kids will just be engrossed with him. Plus, the kids that I have this year have been watching him grow the entire year and asking about him. So they're going to be really stoked when he's actually in class. And they can
yeah, totally. Oh my gosh. The kids love my baby. They like, literally I can only imagine being him, and he's just this like tiny little baby, and they're all like, all 6 of them, like, baby Silas. And I'm just like, don't touch, just look. And I could just see, he's like, it's like, it must be so funny for him.
It's exactly how it is here. He'll sit there, he was doing something because, you know, they can't use their hands. They just all started laughing at him. It scared him so bad he started crying. I was like, you're okay.
Yep. Oh, that's funny. So tell me about this new plans. You're thinking about purchasing land next to you?
Yes, we have well, that's if they sell it to us.
Okay.
We have about 6 acres next to us, which we're West Virginia. So it's all just, you know, mountainy. But there is like a flat level spot. My husband and I have discussed purchasing it if we can get them. The neighbors own it, so we're trying to get them on board.
Nice.
No. Our plan is to not only build a new preschool, but my goal now, especially with what's in legislature and stuff, is to build I guess they call it a microschool. Basically, it's like homeschool, but in a classroom. Setting, but not like classroom.
Right. No, yeah, totally. Kind of like homeschool pods. We've had one or two microschools on the podcast before. Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
that's
so what ages?
We have right now, we're about to have a high schooler in our own home. So as long as I can get teachers and find things to go up through the day, I have no problem going higher than. Is there a big homeschool community in your community? It is growing rapidly.
Okay. Yeah. I think it's growing everywhere with the pandemic. People are like, get my kid out of school. Totally.
It really is. And there are more groups than I was initially aware of. We homeschooled the 2 older boys, and my 2 are about to start. So we just I've discovered it, and I've started to like reach out to them and things like that. So I've got several people that are, hey, you know, here's interest here. And then not only that, not even so much the homeschool groups, but all of my preschoolers leaving. Could you please teach kindergarten? Like, please. We don't want them to go to is there anything you can do? I was like, I'm sorry, I can't. Like, I don't have enough hours in the day. I don't have a place for them. I just can't. Legally, I can't right now, but it's kind of looking like I would be able to do that. So that's the goal here, is to just like the parents that don't want to leave, and the need for the ones who want homeschool but can't do it themselves. That's basically my goal.
That's so cool. Okay. I just want to highlight, like 3 years ago, what were you doing 3 years ago?
3 years ago, I was, let's see, 3 years ago, I had just ended the relationship with my children's father, and he was lovely. And then
not the best situation.
I was purchasing this house, and a week before closing on this house, I lost my job of 5 years. So I continued through with the house, and I bought the house with no job and no idea how I was going to pay for this house as a single mom with 2 kids. 2 babies. They were younger.
Oh my goodness.
Like, they were very little.
And now Now let's just recap. Now you have a preschool. You're cooking another baby. You're happily married. You have a house that you're running your business out of.
The same house that I kept.
Starting, that you didn't know what you were going to do with when you moved in. And now you've used it to turn it into a business. You're starting another business with your online school. And you're looking to start a whole micro school. That's pretty amazing in less than 3 years.
It is. When you say it like that, it really does make me feel better about my
totally. Oh my gosh. We need to give ourselves credit from where we were, where we came from and where we are now.
And my husband is a huge support. Like he's amazing. And I couldn't do any of this without him, especially the future goals and things. But a lot of this, especially in the beginning, I did do by myself and I clawed my way into this preschool.
Yes, you did, girl. Yes. Oh, I love it. I love hearing these stories and I love doing these follow-ups because it is just so cool. It's so cool to hear women taking names and doing the thing and making like amazing things happen on their own with support, but that work was done by you.
3 years ago in that initial, ordering that book, I would have never in just 3 years, seen myself in this position saying any of these things.
I know. Me too. Me too. When I ordered that book 3 years ago, I never pictured my life now. Nope. It's so cool. Wow. Well, what give us another update of, now that we just said all that, of what you would give women who were where you were 3 years ago, give them some encouragement.
Okay, so don't give up. Even when it looks like your back is against the wall and everything's going to fall through, there is a way somehow to make an avenue and make it happen. And if you're not making it, then the good Lord above will provide it, because there were times that it was totally out of my hands and it would just miraculously oh, by the way, here's this. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Sometimes things can just, miraculously be blessed on you, but don't give up. Stay positive as best as you can, because getting in a slump is going to happen, but the drive and the push forward of you've got to do this, like you can do this. For me, it was my kids, like you've got to do this for them. This isn't an option. There's no other choice. If you want to raise them, this is it. So you've got to pursue it. Just stay as positive as you can and just make connections, as many connections in your town as you can make. That was not my comfort zone. I don't talk to people. I had to go out and I would just introduce myself to people on the street. Like, oh, I see you have a 4-year-old. By the way, I'm opening a preschool. And it's crazy. But
putting yourself out there is a lot. It's so scary. And now we got to put ourselves out there again for online.
Yeah. And it's so hard because, again, a small town, people already kind of know you, and it's like trying to reinvent yourself.
Oh yeah.
Like I'm a preschool teacher now. Come and bring your kids to me. And
but now you have word of mouth and you have this great reputation. So it only gets easier that way. But I want to give you some words of encouragement as someone who just popped out a baby while teaching preschool, is that if you need help, ask for it, hire it, do whatever you can. So you're not running yourself ragged. Because if I hadn't hired a teacher, oh my gosh, I would have been a hot mess. Like, I mean, you're a seasoned mama. So this was my first time, but oh man, I don't know how I could have done it. So if you need to hire some help, if you need to just ask for help, don't run yourself ragged, especially with all these new ventures that you're starting.
Yeah. I would love to hire a teacher. That's my next goal before any of the building or anything. But at the same time, not raising my rates is kind of hindering me.
I know. Well, I took a huge pay cut. I did. I mean, but I had to, because I didn't raise my rates. So I was making good enough money that I took a pay cut, and then I went back down to making pretty much what I was making as a teacher. So it worked out okay. And we talked about it and we're like, okay, this is the sacrifice we have to make. This is where we want a baby. We're going to have to, I had to have a teacher because it put me out of ratio with the state if I had my baby in the classroom with just me. So I had to do it. And if I hadn't have had to do it by law, I probably wouldn't have at first. And I would have been like, no, I could do it. And then looking back, I would have crashed and burned because I needed the help, because I just,
in your first.
Oh I was not prepared. I was not prepared. So, but if you need the help, get the help, whatever you can do. Even if you hire since you're not licensed, it's, you don't have to go through all the crazy stuff to hire people, because man, the background check process for me, it takes 3 months. It's a huge thing. And then it's just, it's crazy, but you could even hire, like a high school student or a college student and have them come in, even like a few hours, one class. If you have a hard class,
that's true.
It doesn't have to be full time all the time. Figure out what you need.
Right. That's a good idea. Cause I
Yeah.
might do that. I have a mom who stays now, one of the boys in the class, she's become a friend of mine and she'll stay with one of my classes and help out. And I'm like,
Oh,
this is
nice. Oh, yeah.
wonderful.
Get
So
moms.
I
Even
need
if you
to-
had mom volunteers, I wonder if
Yeah.
mom volunteers, that would maybe nice.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
Well, I wish you so much luck. You're doing
Thank
amazing. I'm proud of you,
you.
girl. High five. Woo. Yeah, you making it work. And you're kicking a baby. Congratulations on your
know,
baby.
thank
Is
you,
it a boy or
thank you.
girl?
A boy, another boy. We'll have 4 boys and 1
Oh, that's
girl.
a lot of boys. That's a lot of boys.
Yeah, a lot of boys and
a
one
lot
little
of
girl,
boys.
but she's all girl, so it worked
Yeah.
out.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, good luck on everything. I can't wait to follow your journey. Maybe do another update episode next year. You could tell me maybe
Yeah.
about your online or your micro school or whatever you got going on.
I know, I'm excited.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Thank you so much, Kiersten.
If you loved today's episode, then you are going to love this. I want to give you a free gift in your hands. This is a copy of my book, Start Your Preschool, and I want to get it to you for free. Yes, I said for free. It is a 300-page book. It'll help you learn the step-by-step process to actually starting your local or your online preschool. Every single step that I walked myself through, as well as the thousands of women who've created their own successful preschools, have gone through the exact steps listed in this book. Not to mention, I also share 20 amazing women's stories. So you can see how not only did it work for me, but it works for amazing women just like you as well. I want to get you this free copy. Just go to freepreschoolbook.com or click the link in the description and we'll get it to you today. Again, just go to freepreschoolbook.com and we'll get it right to you.